I started thinking that I was crazy. I thought about killing him in his sleep. I was
just going to say, Nizzy, tell Trenton about your story a little bit, your experience, so we can get the female's perspective from this type of experience, and then let Trenton, he'll let you know, what he thinks of it. Like, give him a little bit of your experience you had, Nizzy.
So this happened probably about three years ago, maybe 4.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, actually, I met him online. So we started texting me. He said the sweetest things, and oh my God, he adored me, and I think that's one of the things that I loved about him, is that he adored me. And he lived about like an hour away, and we wanted to be closer together, so he came in and we lived together. Well, the moment that we lived together, it was just like, boom. I mean, I swear to you, the first day, it was just like, why are you doing it like this? And why are you doing it like that? And yada, yada, yada. And yada. I was like, okay, maybe, we just need to adjust to each other, because he's looking a little crazy right now. And then it gets a little worse. I mean, he would yell at me about, everything was a yelling match when it came to me and him. Even if I'm just talking to him, nicely, he's yelling at me. And it might be the smallest thing. Why did you wash my clothes? Well, because they were dirty. Well, I could have washed them myself. Why did you do this? Why did you do that? And I'm just like, what is wrong with you? What is going on? And then one day he might be nice again, and then he'll text me, I miss you, I love you, I want us to do something tonight, watch a little movie, and that may last for about 2 hours, and then I might not drink right, or I might give him the wrong drink, and then all of a sudden it turns into a huge fight. And even though something might be his issue, or he might have spilled a drink or something, it turns around and he puts it on me, and he starts talking about what I did and this and this and that, and then, oh my gosh, and he would talk me into things that I would have never done in my entire life with anybody.
Yeah.
But somehow I did it, and I don't know why. I sit back and I think, like, why would I do something like that? I've never done that in my life, and I know the risk, and I know what could happen, but I still did it anyways. I don't know what he said to me to make me do this, but I did it anyways. I mean,
what did you do? What was it?
I got out loans. Now, I never have pulled out a loan in my life. I know the risk in doing a loan, but instead, especially at that time, I was just starting up working again. I wasn't making anything, so I wasn't even thought about doing anything like that. At the end of the relationship, I had did 6 loans in my name, and he promised to help me pay them back. He told me, I'm going to take care of it, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. I'm the man in the relationship, so I'm going to do it. Just let me handle everything. You don't do nothing. You just be quiet and let me do everything. I'm like, oh, boy. Excuse me. He was really possessive. He had to have control over every single thing. Everything that happened, everything, financially, sexually, whatever, he had to have control over.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, that's what it ends up being about, is control. Ultimately.
It drove me crazy. It drained me so badly to a point where I just went through a deep depression. I hated myself. I really did. I felt like I was crazy. I was the problem. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I did not know what to do. And we would go back and forth. It was back and forth. He would leave, and then somehow he would come back. He would say something. I would let him come back. and all of a sudden that very night we'd get into another fight about something little, you know. I did something to his shoes or something, and he would yell and he would leave, and sometimes he would be gone for a week. And talk about a liar, he was biggest liar on this place of this earth. I swear to you not. Even when I have caught him in lies, caught him, and the evidence is right there, he still would lie to me and make up another lie to cover that lie. Like he thought, I guess he thought it was stupid. But I knew that by the end of the relationship, I started catching on and confronting him about it, and it pissed him off even more. Just kept pissing him off because he knew he was lying, and he knew I had figured it out. So he had to think of something else to make up another lie. But he was smooth. He was really good at it because he would come up with some good things. I swear to you not. He would come up with some good lies, some good lies. Like, he was ready. He lied about having a kid, lied about it. And he knew I wouldn't believe him. But so he would take, like, pictures of a child, him holding a child, and all that. But then all the kids that he had taken pictures of, they would look different. And over a month, they would be like 2 years old, but the last picture that baby was like 2 months old. So I'm like, I'm sitting here questioning, like, them kids don't look alike. That ain't your child. What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. My child was in the hospital yesterday, and it was so sick, and what are you doing? I'm going through all this stress right now, and that, you know, and then it just flips around on me like I'm the problem, and I'm making him feel mad and upset and because he's going through something, and I'm just making it so much harder on him. I swear to you. I don't know how I got out of it because I know I had talked to Tay about it too. Like, he knows I went through it. I could not let him go. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
And he would call me and finally I just said, it's over. You know, I had a phone in my name, and it was his, and I let it get cut off, and I said, that's going to be the end of it. I know it. It is. As soon as I don't have no contact with him, that's going to be the end of it. Because now I can't reach him. He can't reach me. He can't bother me. He knows he's not going to come to my house. He's came to my job. Yeah, he's came to my job several times threatening me. He's threatened to kill me so many times. He was death upon me 100 times.
Crazy. What you think, Trenton, about that? Does it sound like all the symptoms of one of these types of people?
It really does. You know, that's the thing. I have found through, you know, finally meeting and talking to people a lot, these people use the same playbook. It's like they all studied from the same book. They're all just the same. They use the same tactics. I hear it over and over, and that's why it's so important for us to talk about it, because we identify so much, you know. Yeah. Those lies, I mean, I guess as human beings we all lie some, you know, but I can only push it so far, you know. I try not to lie, and I certainly can't swear on my nephew's life, and it's like certain lines we can't cross, but they can. They don't have the conscience. And everything they do is so calculated. That's what we don't. We're trying to figure them out, but you can't figure out crazy. I mean, they're just crazy. You drive yourself crazy trying to figure them out.
Yeah.
There's a term. There's a term in this called crazy making, and that's exactly what it is. It's crazy making.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's what it is.
I thought he was just crazy. That's just at the end of it. I say, you know what? He's just crazy. He's just crazy.
But see, calling somebody crazy is dismissive. It doesn't give you an understanding of that person and what their agenda is and all of that stuff. Like, calling somebody crazy. So nobody takes crazy serious because we don't even know if you mean literal or they just acting crazy. Like, you know, we need more direct diagnosis. That's why it's important to
Yes.
understand these personality disorders and that people have real issues, and it's beyond them just being crazy. Because you know how the crazy thing go. Oh, they crazy today, but they be cool tomorrow. No, it's bigger than that. It's deeper than that. You might not need to be around tomorrow, because if you're around tomorrow, you might go crazy, or you might end up in a box. No, it's not just. You know what I mean, Trenton? It's not just crazy. Don't just dismiss it like that. You need to understand.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Well, but when you hear like sociopath or something, I'm thinking like a murderer or something like that. So
right.
That's why I never thought. That's why I never thought in my head that it would be like he would be a sociopath. You know, that's people that kill each other. I mean, he had stabbed a couple people. That I can say.
Oh my God! You say he stabbed a couple people. Damn, I think he really was a psychopath. Jeez.
No, she's exactly right though. I mean, that's exactly how I thought. You know, you think of sociopath, psychopath, you think of the serial killers. You don't think of that person that you just woke up next to. I mean, of course not. But it's just that's why it needs to be talked about, so that people understand the truth about it, and that this stuff is really going on. I mean, it's common. It's a lot more common than I ever realized. That's for sure.
Yeah, it is. It really is.